these summers. I'm originally from Detroit, but I'm up there in Fresno, California right now. You know, it's cool. It's got its own little laid-back vibe. Probably at least about 10 years. Been putting out music since about 2016 I started putting out music. No, I didn't start taking music seriously till like 2016, 2017, maybe in 2018. Somewhere in that point is when I really started taking it seriously. First 4 years of doing it, I was doing anything and everything, and then after a while you start seeing what works, what don't work. And then once I got into like my little groove, what actually worked for me, then I started, taking off from there. Probably favorite moments is probably like being either at the mall or, at a party or something, and people come up to you, they want to take pictures with you, autographs, or even when I inspire somebody else to do the same thing I'm doing, like that's pretty big to me. I do aircraft fuel systems, so I actually like work hands-on on the jets. This is like my 5th year now. Ours is like a 6-year like contract. Okay. So once 2025 gets here, then it'll be up. But before then, I'll decide like whether I want to stay in or what I want to do. Kind of leaning towards staying in, but we'll just see how it goes. Definitely, I want to do music more so than anything, but I'm setting up stuff to have like my own trucking company and stuff like that. So I'll be transporting stuff all over U.S. I say it evolved because I started expanding more. Like I started my own clothing line. I finalized things for LLC and actually, made it legit. So it's expanded more into the style that fits me, and I got a more, I would say, versatile style because I do different types of music. But I like things that apply to different groups of people, to where there's something pretty much for everybody. And I say like, I went from probably being one-dimensional to a whole spectrum of different things I can show off. Right now, I'm putting together a few different albums, but normally how I release things, I'll work on albums and then release them later in the year, but I'm always dropping singles or EPs just to keep something out there. I think I'm around like 80 or 90 at this point right now. So probably a month from now, I'll probably be over 100 mark. So yeah, it just keeps on going. I get to the point where I start losing track of it. Longer term goals, get a couple more albums out. I'm already playing on like a few radio stations and stuff, so I'm trying to expand that. So right now I'm on like a lot of college radio and some of the like local radio stations, so I'm trying to expand that out more. So if we get on like national radio, that would be huge. Probably his biggest influence and even influence for this fit, I'd probably say Chris Brown. Like he wore like a lot of Bull stuff and whatnot, so like that kind of inspired me to wear stuff like this. Chris Brown, The Weeknd, NWA, Michael Jackson was one of them, Prince. Like there's a lot. Like I grew up listening to a lot of different music, so that influenced me that when I started making music, I was able to do a bunch of different genres of music. So I always like freestyled and shit, like just messing around. Put on a random beat off of YouTube and I just freestyle. And after doing that so much, my friends was like, "Hey, bro, get on the track, get in the studio. You can actually do this." And I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm not trying to be a rapper. I'm not trying to sing. I'm not trying to do any of that." But after doing it for so long, it was like, "Bro, just try it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You just walking in there in the studio." So I'm like, "All right, bro, try it. Do one song." And I think that was in like 2016. We dropped that. It was just a little song with SoundCloud. And everybody's like, "Where's the rest of the songs at?" And I'm like, "Bro, what other songs you talk about?" He's like, "No, you gotta have more songs. Where's the album at? Where's this and that?" And it just kind of just snowballed, and it just kept it going. Didn't stop ever since then. Probably my favorite show was, I think, in 2020 or 2021. It was a Mike Sherm concert, and that was like the one show that kind of scared the shit out of me because I told the crowd make some noise, and they made a hell of a lot more noise than what I thought they were. So like, seeing that kind of like energy and reaction from the crowd, that shit was crazy as hell. So like that was probably my favorite one. That was probably like the one crowd that really like made me sit back and think, okay, like you're really doing this shit now. Like that shit was pretty cool. I gotta feel the beat first. If I don't feel the beat, I can't do it. Like I gotta feel the beat. After I feel the beat, I gotta come up with a subject, and kind of snowball from there. Write everything out, and I have like a whole like singing routine I do before I ever actually get on the mic, just to, especially if it's a song I'm going to sing on. I kind of like being warmed up. Like random thing I probably do is either I'll drink Tampico or some type of tea. Like that's my religious thing. Every single time I record, I gotta have one of those too. So if you see me with Tampico in the studio and one on my Instagram or something, that's why we about to record. I took it on stage one time. I had a gallon of Tampico, and people were like, "Hey, bro, pour me a shot of it." So I'm up there having fun with that kind of stuff. Like my little routine is drink that, do like some vocal warm ups. I'll sing like a list. I think I got like a playlist of 5 or 6 R&B songs I'll sing just as a warm up. Do some push ups. Pretty much, I'm ready to go. One thing I learned is expect the unexpected, especially with all the like music videos I've done. You have no idea what the hell's gonna happen, so you just gotta be ready. Things change. Hey, I can't come open the studio for another hour. Okay, so we all gonna sit here. No, we're gonna improvise. We're gonna go in the middle of the street and start shooting a video. Like you always gotta be ready to improvise. Always, basically have another plan ready just in case something doesn't work. Cause half the time it won't work out how you think. Yeah, I say a little bit of it, just staying on task with a lot of things, because, military side, you got to be pretty much on your shit. You got to, if there's tasks you got to get done, you can't, do it next week or whatever else. You have certain things you got to get done, certain order, you got to run with it. I kind of treat my music the same way, don't slack off, don't get lazy on it, keep pushing with it. So that's probably the biggest similarity. I found out about it trying to book another set. Like the last time I was tapped in with Underground, I had to get a video shoot done, and they had literally like the perfect setup, like their little mirror box. They had a whole casino set up, the little like armory room, and ever since I tapped in with them off of that, it's just all been up from there. I say 15, 20 so far. And after, like, I bought my own little setup. I got my own little camera and all that. So after that, like, the ones I have out versus what I've shot is probably double that. I've done a whole video shoot and then deleted the whole video multiple times. Like, it's not good enough. It's got to turn out a certain way. Like, it's got to be, like, A+ quality. Yeah, I do my own videos. I do hire an editor. Gotcha. First thing I learned, bring an extra battery. Bring an extra battery. You gotta have proper lighting, camera settings. I've got it kind of figured out now. When I first got my camera, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It was just a whole bunch of buttons, and I'm just pressing shit and probably making it worse. But, after a little bit, you start getting the hang of it. But it's pretty fun learning how to shoot videos and being on both sides of the camera like that. That mainly came from like my family. Like my nana, my grandmother, she was a vocal coach, and then my aunt, she was like a local singer. So being around them 24/7, it was just something that was going to happen. Basically, like the biggest influence I had for really getting into music overall. One of the reasons why I do it is more like a remembrance thing for them too. Like the rest of my family, they're really supportive of it. It makes me feel like I can reach out and connect with people, all depending on what song I'm making, what kind of song I'm making, what emotion I'm trying to draw from that song. I know there's people out there, if I make a breakup song, pretty much everybody has been in that situation. So I feel like that's like my contribution to the world, of reaching out and be able to connect with people in a certain way like that. One thing I can tell you, save your money. Don't go with the first deal that you hear. because there's a lot of, hey bro, I can grow your followers, hey bro, I can make you famous, this and that. You can hear a lot of that. Don't fall for it. If you do, go with, say a record deal or anything like that, make sure you do your homework on it and do the same thing I do. If you can do a lot of things in-house, do it. Learn a skill, because it never hurts to learn another skill. Just getting out there, like, of course, a lot of things, face-to-face interaction with people. We normally keep business cards, I pass those out, hey, this, my music, instead of just, writing on a napkin or some silly shit. Right. Yeah, bro, you check me out on SoundCloud, but actually show people that you're serious, show them that you're a professional. Pass out flyers, things like that, just go out and talk to people, go to different events. I'll say that's probably the best one, as opposed to a face on the screen. You're face to face with somebody, you're getting that interaction. You start building those foundations for like a long professional relationship with them. You can find me on pretty much all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, all that. My Instagram's Real D Summers. I'm on that probably more than anything. So if you ever want to tap in, check me out.